Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton forged leaves semi-flesh. This is going to be the smaller of the two sizes. This is going to be the 12-67-12. The larger version of this actually has 3 sockets as opposed to this one, which has 2 sockets, so you're going to get a bit more light out of it, but it is a little larger and it comes down from the ceiling a bit more. But check them both out to make sure you get the one that you need. Why don't we talk about glass really quick on this? You're going to have 2 options for glass. Opal is Hubbardton Forge's milky white opaque glass, and I'll talk more about that later in the video. The other option is going to be sand, and sand glass looks like sand on the beach or like a light coffee ice cream. It's a little bit more organic. I also want to talk about the leaves on these. The decorative part of this on the very bottom, that's kind of under the glass, has these forged leaves, and those have been done by the same man at Hubbardton Forge for a very long time. Now he's teaching his son how to make the same leaves. He'll be joining and kind of carrying on the whole tradition of that. And then I want to show you that really quick, so let's check it out.
Well, somebody else had to learn them, and I figured he was the best one for the job.
Well, I feel all right about it, and it's, there's definitely a lot to learn. It's tough, but it's pretty fun, pretty interesting.
Pulling out a point now, and then he will blend in the weld.
We spend a half hour here, an hour there, every other day or so.
Now we're going to heat them up again and actually forge a leaf, but first we got to do a little hand work on them. And he's done basically all the leaves we've done. It's just getting more time and getting him doing it. It's going to happen because I want to go on vacation. I'd like to see the knockoffs that they make in China. I think ours are better. Without seeing them, I know ours are better. I think I can start taking time off anytime now.
So wasn't that interesting? So, at some point in time, the younger guy that you just saw in that photograph working with his father, there's a good chance that his own son will probably join Hubbardton Forge in the future too, because they provide a lot of good careers here in Vermont. And I'm at the Forge all the time, and I see a lot of multi-generational people there. And it's a really good thing. Let's hop back and talk about the size of the fixture itself. 8.2 inches overall height, and that's going to be from the very bottom to the top of the ceiling itself, and then diameter is coming in at 13.5. That 13.5 is exactly the size, the diameter of that piece of glass, and the height of the glass by itself, if you ever want to know that, is coming in at 3.5. Sometimes people want to know how big that gap is from the top of the glass to the ceiling, and you can easily get your hand in there to take bulbs out or to clean. It's a very easy, good size there. Now, circling over to the canopy on the ceiling, that's a round part that's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. That canopy is 5 inches in diameter, fits over your J-box very easy, a 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have in your ceiling. And I want to show you a little bit more information about that, and how we're going to do it is to take a quick peek at the installations instructions now. So, if you were on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont and look over that side of the screen, midway down you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that out for me. It's going to show you a full parts kit. It's going to parts list. It's going to show you how it goes together, which is very simple, but it's going to also show you some good line drawings of the top of the canopy and how it goes on your junction box. You always want to be able to see that kind of stuff before you ever buy. And that's going to be the same on all the Hubbardton Forge pages that we have those install instructions there for you to check out. Why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using 2 of these medium base sockets, and they're going to be on their sides, and they're going to accept just a regular A19 light bulb. And that's just a regular size bulb we all grew up with, very easy to get. If you want to stick with an incandescent, you can do that up to 100 watts in each socket. However, there's so many great LEDs out there, I don't think you necessarily need to. This is the old school LEDs that came out a long time ago in the very beginning. They have a plastic, white plastic thing on the shield on it. Now the thing about these is there's usually a kind of a hot spot on one side and a darker spot on the other side. So they're still good though, and there's no reason not to use them. But these are actually pretty pretty spanking nice too, and I kind of like these a lot. I use these all over my showroom. So these throw light in all directions, and they're very easy to get. If you can go here to buy something, these will be right next to it. So I tend to buy these at Home Depot in a 4-pack, and they will come lots of different ways. So 40 watt equivalent, 60 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent, and if you really need light to come out of this, maybe you want to put this in a kitchen and you need to bounce a lot of light off that ceiling and get it to kind of bathe the whole room. I have found these on Amazon, an A19 at 100 watt equivalent, so easy to find. Again, you can find them at Walmart. You can find them. I can find this in my grocery store in Vermont. So if I can find it, you can find it too. Now the light coming out of these bulbs, they're always going to offer it to you in different ways. That's really important. So 2700 Kelvin, that's going to be a super yellow light. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in something called daylight, and that's the one to be careful about because that sounds like it should be warm like sunlight, but it is not. That's that bluish white light like a convenience store or an overcast day. That's going to be 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale, and it'll list it right on the box, so just make sure you look there. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. That's the light coming down on this table right now from these warm white, soft white, 3,000 Kelvin LEDs just above us, so that's what we like to use here. In any event, it's a dimmable fixture with no problem at all. Just make sure you buy dimmable bulbs. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.